Welcome back to another Jay's Collect video, and today we are doing my ranking for the Marvel Legends Infinity Saga Wave 2 figures. Last week we got done reviewing Bruce Banner, which is down here, and in the thumbnail I just realized technically the way you're all looking, it's kind of backwards. It should be Iron Man on this side, Bruce Banner on this side, but that's okay. Well, I guess we'll mix it up today. But anyway, we're going to start with my least favorite and work down to my favorite, and keep in mind that some of these are re-releases, and some of them are, I think, a bit newer, like Bruce Banner and the Mark II Iron Man. I do not have any of these figures, so even the re-releases are new to me, so just keep that in mind during my ranking. For maybe if I had some of these characters already, it could have changed my ranking. But with that said, let's now dive into my ranking for Marvel Legends Infinity Saga Wave 2. So in last place, we got Thor from Thor the Dark World. Now, my real huge complaint with this guy was, I feel like this was one way too soon in a way. This came back out in 2018 for the first 10 years line, and although that's been, at this point, 6 years ago almost, I still think that was still too soon, especially that was also in a kind of like a special anniversary line. This is not an anniversary line, but I feel like it's like a special sort of line compared to like your normal mainline sort of figures you get. I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of this character, of this figure, really, of this. I don't know. I just remember in my review I wasn't a fan, and then also that, like I said, it was just way too soon. I feel like compared to like Civil War. Civil War was in 2016. And even though it was just a year or two before this came out, I still think those are better choices for them to put out in the line and everything. So that's my thoughts on this character. Let's now take a look at number 7. At the number 7 spot, we got Black Widow. Now, this kind of pains me to do it. I was hoping it should be way higher, like number 3 or 4. Originally, before I even got done reviewing my Marvel Legends characters from this series, she was in number 6 place, so still kind of dead last, but not too far in dead last. But after reviewing the last two, I just thought the next figure took the number 6 spot. Her legs is what kind of ruined her chance to be higher. You just cannot get her to stand. They're super skinny. The heels she's wearing, whatever shoe mold they're using, it's really, really hard to get her to stand. And again, like I said in Bruce Banner's review, that's why I don't display my action figures out of the side of the box. And again, I could get like stands for them, but it was just really the legs. But besides that, I like the rest of the figure. You know, I think it's my first Black Widow, my true Black Widow figure in my collection, because I got the blonde hair version and I never got the Black Widow movie variants. But yeah, so that's why she's in 7th place. So with that, let's now take a look at number 6 place. In the number 6 place, we got Spider-Man from Captain America Civil War. Now, this actually was a pretty good Spider-Man. I mean, you don't get painted lines. The one thing I thought that he should have came with was Captain America's shield. Now, again, I know he doesn't really need the shield, but it's from an iconic scene from the movie. That's his first introduction, like, as Spider-Man. Of course, I saw Peter Parker early on in the film, but still, that was just such an iconic scene, and I just feel like since he's from this particular movie, that he should have came with the shield. But you do get some hand accessories and the head, so I guess that kind of makes up for it. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this character. Now let's move on to the number 5 spot. At the number 5 spot, we got Iron Man Mark 46 from Captain America Civil War. Now, as I said in most of my Civil War reviews, Civil War got a lot of love in this re-release wave for the Infinity Saga, which I'm kind of okay with that, because I never got the original ones, and it's cool to be building up Team Iron Man, which we all didn't know. Either it was just these, they thought these were the characters that should come out, or someone at Hasbro is Team Iron Man. But anyway, my one complaint with this particular Iron Man is that after reviewing it, I realized his helmet, I should say, his helmet seems a little small, just out of proportion. But besides that, I think this is a decent Iron Man. You get his Mark 46 armor. You get a Robert Downey Jr. head sculpt, which is always nice. You get some blast effects, but also the blast effects can only go on his feet, so that was just kind of weird. But yeah, besides that, that's my thoughts on this particular Iron Man. And also, funny enough, he's actually number 5 in my video lineup, because he was just at number 5 spot. So anyway, let's move on to number 4. At the number 4 spot, we got Captain America Steve Rogers from Captain America the Winter Soldier. Now, some of these characters are going to be on some older body molds, because I don't think they really made like a new mold for them. There are re-releases, kind of like him, Spider-Man, and War Machine, and maybe Thor. I think the other three have some new tooling. But anyway, with Steve Rogers, we get a new Steve Evans, or we get a new Chris Evans head on him, and so that's pretty cool. You get a shield, and yeah, I can't see in the package currently, but I can't remember if he comes with hand accessories, but if he doesn't, I'm okay with that. But yeah, besides that, pretty cool suit. Of course, one of the, I think, most people's favorite Captain America suit from the MCU, and it's from a really good movie, and he'll go really nicely with your Black Widow. So he's at the number 4 spot, and just like Iron Man, he was the 4th character I reviewed in the line, so I just found that fun. I find that funny how that kind of lined up. But with that said, let's move on to number 3 spot. Moving into our top 3 here, we got Bruce Banner from Avengers Infinity War. Now, this may shock some of y'all. You'll probably scratch your heads. Why is this guy so far up in the listing? Well, I actually think they did a really good job on this Bruce Banner. My one and only complaint is he cannot stand with those legs, but that's it. I guess also, that was really close complaints. I just would kind of like them to do this, is that give him another head, maybe him turning into Hulk, and then the flip phone from Avengers Infinity War. But besides that, I think they did a really good job on him. And after saying that, some of y'all might be thinking, well, after looking at the other figures you kind of talk about, maybe he should be 1 or 2 spots down. But I'm happy where he is. I think he'll stay at the number 3 spot. That's where Bruce Banner stands. It's time to move into our top 2. And the number 2 spot, we got Iron Man Mark II from Iron Man 1. This is, of course, the Mark II suit, so you have him in like silver paint before he paints it red and gold, which we have in the Marvel Legends line. Ironically, he came out in the very first Avengers, or Marvel Legends Infinity Saga series. So yeah, I think this is probably going to be most of everyone's favorite one, but the next figure just, for me, took the cake and everything. But you do get some blast effects. You get, of course, Tony Stark's head with his mask up, kind of like the Mark III. You get Tony Stark, or that Mark II armor, which is really cool. And yeah, I wasn't quite sure. I thought he'd be a few more spots down when I first thought of the listing throughout my reviews, but here we are. He's at the number 2 spot. So yeah, I have really nothing else to say besides that this is actually a really good Iron Man, and maybe we should pick it up. But with that, let's now move into our number 1 spot. In first place, we got War Machine. Now, again, he is a re-release of some of the characters that have been out already, and this is my first time getting this particular War Machine, and it's my favorite War Machine suit from the MCU. Actually, I gotta take a look at Infinity War. One of those 2 suits is my favorite, but I'm gonna say this one's my favorite currently. I actually really like how he turned out. If I had 2 minor complaints, and even just saying those few words, you're probably thinking, well, then maybe Iron Man should have been first, because I didn't really say any complaints with him. But one is that I just wish it came with a Don Cheadle head or Rhodey head, and then also, it's just those little side panels on the legs. I don't know why they had them off. Let me know in the comments below why those are off and what those are supposed to be. Are they just extra armor plates for his knees or upper leg area? I don't know. But those fall off really easy. But besides that, I like the accessories it comes with the closed up baton and gun. And you got the open baton and open gun and everything. But besides that, I am really happy how this War Machine turned out. And so, yeah, that is my ranking for this Wave 2 of Marvel Legends, the Infinity Saga line. So with that, let's now move out to the outro. So there you go. That is my ranking for the Marvel Legends Infinity Saga Wave 2. War Machine ended up in first place. Right, I think right behind him was Tony Stark's Iron Man. So, yeah. The only character that I really did not like from this wave is probably Thor, which is right here, I believe, on the side of the camera. I just felt like, well, for one, he's from, like, my least favorite Thor movie. But also, I felt like came out way too soon. Now, again, like I said, he came out in 2018. So, it's been about 6 years at this point when I'm making the video. But compared to all these other characters, I just feel like he was way too soon. Maybe not the best choice to be put in this line. So, besides that, Black Widow, she's like on the line of like, I'm happy to have it, but at the same time, I'm kind of disappointed how it turned out. It's really just because of those legs. But like I said in this video, and I think the Black Widow video, this is like my true Black Widow action figure I have in my collection, because the other one is the blonde hair version of her. Besides that, like I said, all the other characters, I'm really satisfied with how they all turned out. And yeah, so with that, that's going to wrap up this, I guess, little series of reviewing the Infinity Saga videos. Of course, we'll have more Marvel Legends videos come out in the future. And I do plan on doing a full-on collection video here in the next few weeks, if not a month or so. So keep an eye out for that. But until then, I hope you all have a good rest of your day. And I'll catch you all next one. Take care.